too. The men and women at your local Case IH dealerships understand what it takes to overcome the challenges of farming because they do it every day just like you, which means that they're the right people to help you find the equipment you need. Stop by and meet our farmers today or visit builtbyfarmers.com to learn more. Built by Farmers, Case IH.
Replenish soil health and the yield will follow. Organics Midwest will help you get there with Bio 800 Plus. Healthy soil is the foundation for productive, sustainable agriculture, and managing for soil health allows producers to work with the land, not against it, reducing erosion, maximizing water infiltration, improving nutrient cycling, saving money on inputs, and ultimately improving the resiliency of their working land. Learn more at organicsmidwest.com. The next puller here is going to be the Deere Cruiser. Casey Asmus, John Deere was just talking about. This is one of the ones these guys have to worry about. Very tough tractor. Number 3 in points right now. Not a bad place to be in this super competitive 3,200 RPM class.
Picked himself up a win last year in Wayne, Nebraska. Of course, we're headed over to Wayne right after this tomorrow night. Big 13 class pull over there. So going to see if he got a couple more wins in the bag. 281.25, the official distance that he's got to beat the high water mark out there. Casey Osmus up right now. Mark Reardon on deck. Jeff Lindgren in the hole as we've got 8 of them here. We're going to go to the states of Nebraska and Iowa on this geography tour, keeping it right here in the heart of the Midwest for this class.
This is one of 2 John Deeres in the entire class here, I think. So if we got any John Deere fans, here's one to get behind. This is a good runner right here, the Deere Cruiser.
Yeah, Ron, I hear a couple of them out there. Kind of sounds like we have a few. The question is, will we have more John Deere fans? It's funny how that works. We got John Deere fans out there, and then after the run, he goes out at 330 feet, and all of a sudden the whole crowd's a John Deere fan.
Yeah, even the guys with the red hats are standing up and cheering, right? Yeah, look at the Schaefer oil barrel out there on the track that has the checkered flag sticking out. That's the leader mark. If we were using a tape and string out there, measuring by hand, you'd measure to the very front section of the sled, the part that pushes the dirt up into a pile. That's where we'd measure from. So basically, that's what that Schaefer oil barrel represents out there. If they get the front of the sled past that mark, hey, you got a new leader.
Hey, we're green on the track. Casey Asmus calls this one Deere Cruiser. Hugging that right-hand side again, scratching, digging, clawing here at the big end. Not sure that he got past him. Going to be pretty close. 291.99. Oh, yeah. Bested him by 10 whole feet. We've got a new leader in the class. And, yeah, it's one of those 2 green ones out there. So 291.99 for the lead.
Still a little over almost 9 feet off of that first hook that Jason Reinke turned down there.
Schaefer Oil, your engine's performance is always what matters most. We believe what you put in your engine matters. It impacts the profitability of your business. Using advanced additives, Schaefer synthetic oils provide strong engine durability and fuel economy benefits, allowing you to maximize your equipment's performance and return on investment. Our oils deliver results you can depend on. More productivity while reducing costs and downtime. See for yourself what others already know. Everything runs more smoothly and goes further with Schaefer's specialized lubricants. Learn more, SchaeferOil.com. Frosted Frog, big thank you to Frosted Frog. Keeps you chill in any situation at Frosted Frog. We specialize in keeping things chill, no matter the setting. Whether scaling rugged mountains, lounging on sunny beaches, or simply looking for the perfect companion to carry your morning coffee to work, our product lineup ensures you do it with unmatched style and efficiency. Our lineup of insulated coolers and tumblers were designed not just for any ordinary outing, They're crafted from the highest quality materials to ensure your food and drink stay cool and refreshing for hours. From sleek insulated cups with lids, perfect for your daily commute, to robust coolers that can handle the wilds of nature, Frosted Frog is committed to enhancing your outdoor and everyday beverage experiences. Find out more at frostedfrog.com. There's a Frosted Frog cooler sitting right here on our table, Mr. Ron Stone. That's pretty sharp looking.
I believe in the product. They're awesome coolers, and they're built not too far from here over in Rock Valley, Iowa. American-made coolers. Check them out at frostedfrog.com. Whiffles Hybrids, U.S. family farm-owned company, has partnered with the Outlaws this season, bringing 75 years of tradition and independence in the seed business. Since the beginning, in 1946, Whiffles Hybrids was focused solely and intensely on one thing, and that's corn. The result, a level of performance uncommon in the seed business. The vision that launched Whiffles in 1946 still guides them today, remaining relentlessly focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's developing top-performing corn products that yield better for farmers all across the Corn Belt. Find out more at whiffles.com.
All right, fans, we're going to go back to the red team over here. Mark Reardon hooking up to that weight transfer machine out there. Comes to you from St. Edward, Nebraska, mounted atop the IH66 series that he calls Rum Runner. Rum Runner looking to get out there past 299, currently number 7 in points. So another one of these solid runner, consistent runner, scratching and clawing his way kind of up the leaderboard as the season goes along.
Yeah, this tractor formerly campaigned by the Suckstore family right here, I think from Pierce, Nebraska. It used to be called the Red Factor tractor.
Oh, he was on a pass when he got underneath the motor there on that big side, but I think we're going to be flirting with moving that Schaefer Oil leader cone one more time. We'll get you the number in just a moment. Keeping that same line as we've seen most of these 3,200 super fields. Of course, that 3,200 stands for a maximum RPM limit in this class. 3,200 RPM, the maximum RPM that they can run. 293.94. So, yeah, good enough for the lead. Back-to-back new leaders, 293.94 as Mark Reardon on the tractor that originated right here in Pierce, Nebraska. Takes over the number 1 position with right at about 4 or 5 to go as we approach the halfway point of this class. After we hang out with these 3,200 super fields, we're going to go over to those regional limited pro stocks, the 4-1 as they're called. 6 total classes tonight. After that, we're going to take a look at our Alki burners out there, for the most part anyway, with the light super stock division. Light limited modifieds are going to be up after that, getting loud and rowdy out there. Super farms are going to follow them. Toughest division to win in the Outlaws. And then after that, it's a specialty for the door slamming fans out there. Going to round things out with the modified 4-wheel drive trucks. All sorts of points battles heating up left and right here tonight at the County Fair. Big thank you to Titan and Goodyear Farm Tires. Farmers have a legacy built on hard work and a spirit of innovation. It's the same vision that's driven Titan to engineer farm tires for almost a century. Agricultural products and our Titan and Goodyear Farm Tire brands start with feedback that comes directly from the field. It's how we develop the innovative LSW low sidewall technology that's redefining expectations for agricultural tires around the world, offering a full lineup of ag tires for a variety of equipment types. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for you Deere fans, it's going to be now or never. Last John Deere in the class as we hit that midway point. This is Jeff Lindgren out of Albion, Nebraska, aboard that John Deere machine that he calls busting loose. Each of the past 3 vehicles have set a new leadership mark. This is one of those classes that is well known for building a road. They've all had that same spot. They've gone down just right of center and then dove it off to the right-hand corner up here. So as that road gets built, You're going to see these distances get further and further. Wonder if we're going to see yet another new leader out of this John Deere right here. All right, we're green on the track. Jeff Lindgren must and lose. Never brought that front end up the way that we like to see, but I tell you what, he did a good job staying up in the RPM right there. 287.94, so going to come up a little shy, 287.94. Good enough for the number 3 spot presently. So John Deere not going to walk away victorious in this class. The only question is going to be, which red one is it going to be? Next tractor in the class, one of the tougher runners that we were talking about, going to be your number 2 in points position, fresh off of a sweep at Rock Valley, Iowa. Thunder in the Valley, one of our cornerstone pulls on the year. And then we're going to slide on down to the end of the class after that to our current class leader, but long ways before the narrative on this class is over. Thank you to Steffes Auction. Steffes, your local auction expert since 1960. If you're planning to sell land, real estate, excess equipment, or other assets, book your 2025 auction with local auction experts, Steffes Group. Find out how at steffesgroup.com.
So, Mike, I hate to go back to it here. I hate to go back to it here, but
thinking it.
You know, right now the leader,
291.99. 293.94.
93.94 for the rum runner. But we go back to the first hook, Jason Reinke, and he went 300.86 and turned it down. So he made that decision in his final. So whatever he gets the next time is what he gets. And that's the only caveat to that drop, you know, being that opposite polar. Once you drop that hook, you can't get it back. You can't go back and wait and watch everybody else pull, then make a decision. Oh, you beat my mark.
It has to be done before the vehicle exits the track. They're going to have that conversation right there with the tech official. They have to make that decision. Certainly not the first puller to find himself in this position. It's been done before. And hey, he still might have a trick up his sleeve that we don't know about up here in the announcer's booth. He might say, hey, you guys keep up there and keep chattering, but there's a 320 in this tractor. Y'all just watch out.
Steffes, your local auction expert since 1960. If you're planning to sell land, real estate, excess equipment, or other assets, book your 2025 auction with your local auction experts, Steffes Group. Find out how at steffesgroup.com.
All right, next puller out there on the track, David Peterson, Arlington, Nebraska. Like father, like son, like I said, grabbed a pair of victories at one of the most prestigious pulls that we have the whole summer on the Outlaw circuit. Walked away with the Rock Award, the overall weekend winner at Thunder in the Valley, Rock Valley, Iowa. Kind of took the class by storm, was waiting in the wings, just kind of biding his time. Jumped up number 2 in points, David Peterson. Got to go better than 293.94. Get behind him, Pierce. Calls this one like father, like son. The key to this class is going to be that big side low end torque. You get over here on the business side of things. If you can stay on top of the motor, you're going to be good to go. All right, fans. Had to go better than 293.94. How about 296.01? Good enough for a new leader. 3 to go in the class. And that is a tractor that has been on an absolute mission over the last 10 days to 2 weeks out there, really dialing things in with a like father, like son. Nice run. Not going to be out of the woods yet. We're going to go back to Jason Reinke, who actually has the furthest pull distance in the class unofficially. After that, Joseph Meyer and the Midnight Rider. And then we're going to round things out with your current points leader, Gary Kavanaugh, 4-time defending champion. So David Peterson feeling good after taking the lead right there, but far from out of the woods yet as he's got a couple of bullets to dodge.
Yeah, 3 tractors yet to go here. Jason Reinke, he is coming back right now in the 6th position. That's the rule. You come back in 6th. Can he best that mark that he laid up there when he led the class off 300.86? I don't know. Like you said, maybe he's got something.
If he can have a carbon copy run of it, it'll be good enough for the number 1 spot. Big thank you to Ag Protect One, new sponsor this year with the Outlaws. AP1 Insurance is excited to be a sponsor of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. They offer specialty insurance products from motorsports, auto, rain insurance, and prize packages. They pride themselves on offering the best resources for their clients throughout the Midwest to guard their investments and toys. With the ever-changing markets, AP1 can help you find the best products for your needs. Call 877-452-3012 to talk to someone today, or visit agprotect1.com for more information. You can also find them on Facebook and Twitter. Ag Protect One Insurance. Real coverage, real protection with no surprises. All right, so they're in our ear right now. A report at trackside. Jason Reinke and the Eichner's Express, not able to get it fired right now. Going to take his mechanical fall to the last of the class. Going to drop to last. So we'll go back here to our true order as Joseph Meyer and the Midnight Rider going to be up next. Ron, wasn't there a song called that at one point in time?
Yeah, the tune's going through my head right now. Every time I announce this tractor, that tune's in my head for the rest of the night. So. And they know it, and that's why they named the tractor that. They named it after that song, you know. I always like it when he takes the lead and always say nobody's going to catch the Midnight Rider.
Hey, it doesn't get any better than that. We just got to get you to sing it for us one of these days. So 3 to go, folks, for a really nice introductory class here as we're kick-starting things on an awesome show here at the Pierce County Fair. Ron, it's my first time hanging out at the Pierce County Fair, and I tell you what, I'm pretty pleased already. This is an enjoyable experience. They got a special thing going on right here. You described it as kind of a hidden little jewel, and you were not wrong. Right. Great little county fair right here.
Yeah, you go over and take a look. You can see all the folks on that side. Come over on this side, you see the grandstand. It's completely full over here. So, and with the threat of rain even, and people thinking, you know, was this even going to happen tonight? And yeah, that's a great crowd. Great crowd here in Pierce.
All right, so.
Off-road belts power everything from your vacuum to your oil rig, from your riding mower to your combine. Off-road belts has your belt in stock and ready to be shipped to your door.
So rocking and rolling back out here on the pulling track. Joseph Meyer comes to you from Hull, Iowa, the lone entrant from the Hawkeye State in this class. Aboard that machine, like we said, called Midnight Rider. High water mark keeps getting up there a little bit more and more, 296.01, just laid down by your previous puller. That's the amount he's going to have to traverse to get the job done. Here he goes in the Midnight Rider. Nice solid A to B run, but you can hear it right there on the big side, getting underneath that motor. Not going to get the job done tonight. 285.68, 285 with a 6.8 to the right for the Midnight Rider machine with 2 to go. So that like father, like son continues his recent mission of being on top of things as he's holding on to it with a couple of bullets to dodge. Good looking 966 pulling off the field right there. A lot of good looking tractors in this class. Like we said, closest thing you're going to see to your out of the field tractors, kicking it up with the horsepower quite a bit though. Coming in about 750, 800 horsepower, somewhere in that ballpark, I believe. Yeah, about 800, depending on just how hot you want to tune the candle right here. And there, Ron, it's only going to get bigger and bigger from that. We'll start at about 700 to 800, and we're going to get up to about 3,000 horsepower before we tie a bow on this show.
We've got some pretty serious competitors back here tonight, guys. The limited pro stock class, regional limited pro stock of the Outlaws coming up next year. It looks like we've got 7 or 8 vehicles lined up here in 9,500 limited pro stock. Then light super stock, the Alki light supers. Wow, we're talking, 3,000 plus horsepower in that class, upwards of 5,000 in some cases.
Plus one diesel burner in there coming up to not let all those methanol burners have all the fun. So keep your eyes peeled for that in that class.
Then we go to the light limited modified class where most of the vehicles in the class powered by aircraft engines of some sort. One is a diesel powered machine. One has 2 LS turbocharged motors. The rest in the class, the other 5 are all aircraft engines, helicopter turbines, and B-12 Allison aircraft engines from World War II.
All right, so with 2 left to go in the class, Ron and I were talking right at the beginning of the show about how Gary Kavanaugh not quite in position where he was used to. Well, we double-checked it on the app right here, and we were mistaken just a little bit after things updated on this previous weekend of competition. Red Edge 2, Gary Kavanaugh backing up into the sled right now, and he's back in that number 1 position in points, that all-familiar spot. This is your 4-time defending national champion. 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021. This team has went home with the gold at season's end. They're sitting there right now, but it's going to be a close race this year, just a 3-point lead in the number 1 spot. He's got to get past his number 2 pulling competitor. Got to go 296.01 or more. Gary Kavanaugh out of Laurel, Nebraska. Red Edge 2. Went hard left in the hole shot. Had to get on the brake early to bring it back around, and it's going to cost them a little bit.
They'll move into the lead by 295.38, but we've got to go back. 295. I'm sorry. No, that wasn't even the number 2 spot.
Number 2 by just a freckle. So it's going to be a heavyweight battle back and forth with him and David Peterson out there.
63 hundredths of a foot. So just under 8 inches separating first and second there.
Yeah, had to go 296.01. Clocks in at 295.38. I'm not the mathematician between us, Ron. I can just tell you that's pretty close.
Yeah, there's 3 points separating those two right now. 3 points separating them on the standings, the point standings for the season. Gary Kavanaugh in the lead. Now, right now, if Jason Reinke can't get in between them or get past them, Peterson will gain 2 more points on Kavanaugh and be 1 point away. But if Reinke can get up here and get in between them, that'd be a 3-point deficit for Kavanaugh, which would tie him up in the points here. So, interesting things happening here. Kavanaugh not used to being in that position. These guys are figuring things out.
You know,
and
the
figuring
interesting
out how to beat
thing
him.
about Gary Kavanaugh, you know you're good when we're up here talking about, oh, he's struggling a little bit this year, and then we glance down at the app. Oh, wait, he's actually he's still number one. He's just not number one by as much as we're used to seeing him.
Yeah, he's definitely not as dominant as he's been in years past. They're four-time points champion here in the 3200 Superfield class. Wow, 4 years in a row, consecutive. So now, did I hear you say they're trying to figure out how to get Ranky started?
Yeah, Ranky took. I believe they're gonna clock that in as his mechanical drop. If you get into the annals of the rule book, so he dropped his initial option out there, came back 6, couldn't get it to fire, so he's got his mechanical drop now. Depending on how they're going to evaluate that, that could mean he only has one shot down the track. Might not have his 100-foot option on this one. A lot of little caveats in pulling about just how many times you could hook to the sled, but yeah, wasn't able to get it fired, dropped to the back of the class. So if they can get that thing to start, we do have one left to go.
And can't help but look up there at his first mark there at 300.86. We'd be calling him the winner right now if he would have, went ahead and kept that pass. But we'll see. Maybe he knows what he's doing here, and we're just up here prognosticating.
It's like an opening morning buck in deer season, and you let that beautiful 9-point walk because you just know you're going to see a bigger one, and you spend the next 2 weeks seeing nothing but those. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but hey, that's human nature. That's tractor pulling. That's how it goes, folks. But not done yet. Looking to get it wired and fired and see if he can make that second shot at the track. We'll keep you posted. All right, he's out there right now. Jason Reinke, Columbus, Nebraska, last one in the class, Eekner's Express. Well, folks, you can see that leader cone just as well as I can. 288.59, 288.59. The official distance for Jason Reinke. What can you say? That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. We'll get your top 5 in just a moment. All right, unofficially, top 5 going to look like this. Number 5 going to go to Jeff Lindgren in the Bustin' Loose John Deere. Number 4, Casey Osmus in the Deere Cruiser. Number 3, Mark Reardon in the Rum Runner. Number 2, Gary Kavanaugh, Red Edge 2. Number 1, your winner tonight, like father, like son, David Peterson, 296.01. Pierce, Nebraska, put your hands together for a nice opening act right there, 3,200 RPM. Super Fields, and it's only going to get louder and more powerful from here on out, where you can feel the power and see the noise with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association.
At Harvest, you have one goal: